All right, good morning, guys. I just want to create this quick video for you to, just help you with your breakdowns, with your analysis, etc. And we're just gonna go back over the last couple of days and come forward to present day, right? So, if you take a look at this is yesterday that we were, heavily in the charts. We have multiple setups that you could really benefited from, 300 plus setups, a few times. And I just want to break it down for you and show you, once again, so that you are able to, go ahead and execute, right? And also another note, we're gonna create a masterclass for this, so that you could really come get a hands-on experience, and really be empowered to execute, on your own. Yeah. So let's take a look at from here these setups, right? Show you how you could have literally, executed on these, right? So first and foremost, as you guys know, for those of you that have been plugging into the education and market mastery, right? When we're looking for entries, we're on that 5 minute time frame. Okay, so here, all right, when we're looking for entries at this point, actually let's step back up. Just a higher time frame perspective, just to help you to understand, right, like where you're at. So price, right? We had this big push up here in the market, right? So, although you saw price coming down, we still were in an uptrend for sure, right? We're still pushing up. So we got this push up here, and this was just the corrective move, right? As you know, is impulse, the correction, or pullback, and then you get that continuation. Okay. So we got this pullback here, and then we experienced the continuation to the upside. Okay. So that was one. All right. So with that in mind, when price came back down within this area here, of course, we are still looking for buys. We're not looking for sells. Okay. So now back down, right? Same area. So what we're looking for is price was consolidating, of course, within this area right here, push down, swept below here. All right. Grab the liquidity, traded into the area of interest. All right, which is back down here. Okay. And then we got aggressive push back up. Great. Those are all good signs, things that we want to see. All right. No, looking at it, this was basically our last high, and that created this lower here in the market. Okay. And then price started to push back up, right? So here, like really and truly, this would not have been an area to buy in, all right, because you didn't get any confirmations as yet, right? But what we did get was when price came back up here and pushed down, we did not go ahead and create a lower low. So that's the first sign, right? First indication that market is looking to shift. Okay, we didn't get any lower lows being created, right? So that's one of our first indications, something that we want to pay attention to, right? It's not to say that it's 100% or anything at that point, but it's a good indication. Then we have price came up here, right? Brought this particular high now, all right? Pushed up, didn't break this high as yet, but it brought this high. So it's a more, I would say, a higher probability at this point, that you could then start to look for entries. And how do we do that? All right, we're doing that on this, oops, we're doing that on this 5 minute perspective, right? We have this candle here that we'll be taking our interest from, right? Or, you could take it from your imbalance. Okay. I was a little bit late, got in public around here. Yeah, which is still fine. Still a decent move. It was about 80 pip stop or so. And then we got the push up. Yeah, that we were looking for. No, this is where you got that confirmation no, because no, you broke this high, you broke these previous highs and so forth, which is great, okay, which is what we want to see. So if you missed that, that's fine, because no, you got this break, boom, impulse engulfing candle right here. All right, price traded right back down into this engulfing candle. So that would be like here. Yeah, that would be your area of entry. And boom, run it. All right, you hear me say that a lot, run it. Okay. And boom, that's your trade. Yeah. So then you got price trade back down, right? And if you missed that, that's fine. Because remember, you're looking for, easy setups, right? Then you got price cup here, right? Remember, it took the high, great, broke the structure, phenomenal. Then we traded back down within another area that we want to pay attention to, right? How do we know that? Higher time frames, right? You want to look at the higher time frame, right, to start to pick up your areas of entry. So here, created the imbalance, right? We know within this area here is an area that we want to pay attention to, okay? You could step up to even an hour to get like a clear idea of where you look to enter. So you can see this candle here, it's where the move started, created the imbalance, etc. Okay. Then we have here on a uh, here we have price came back down, traded into this area here, and then we're looking to push off once again. All right, so price jumped up right from off this area here. Okay, if you waited, so this entry you probably would have got to get this on a smaller time frame, like a 1 minute a 1 minute time frame perspective. All right, so yeah, just because it tapped the area and moved, so it happened basically quicker. All right. So here, once again, we had price came, boom, tapped the area right here. So this is our first area of entry that we're looking at. All right. That's a first to the party type of entry. No confirm, entry is yet, but that's first area that you'll be looking at. Then you have price pushed up right here, where I created a lower high, didn't create a lower low, right? It's within our areas of injury for sure. Okay. So you could have run this setup from here, or you could have waited, for confirmation, right? Which would be price breaking, this area here, or price breaking this area here. All right. You didn't get the pullback in this instance, but the market ran away. Okay. Now we traded up into here, into this area. Um, Step back up, higher time frame. See where we at. All right. See price continue to push up. Just looking for price to come back down. We're going to get there shortly. But here, so we traded up, boom, into this area right here. Right. Market topped it. All right. Came back down. Okay. So market top here held. Remember, we in that uptrend. So we're looking for price to obviously continue to buy. All right. But market basically started to consolidate here. Right. And now we're pushing. Damn it. All right. So let me show you real quick because you could get an entry on this as well. All right. If you so here back to this. So you had engulfing candle here to the upside. All right. So we only 5 minutes time frame. Engulfing candle, bam. All right. Broke above, this down close candle here. Engulfing candle here to the upside. And you got that continuation of the move here, okay, to a previous supply zone. Market pull back. So if you miss this, which is very fine. If you miss this, then you know what to look for, right? Same things here, right? Engulfing candle. This is your area of entry, okay? So when price came back, into the area because remember we're still very bullish, right? So when price traded back into the area, this would be the area that you're looking to take this trade from. You got that confirmation, right? Where price broke, all the previous highs, etc. Traded up, pull back into this demand, and then boom, you got another opportunity for buys to the upside. Okay, price came up. We didn't get the break as yet. Market stayed within here, came back down, boom. You got another opportunity here to be quite honest, right? Here, if you missed, that would be another area of entry, right? Market just tapped, wait, and then pushed up, right? No, what I was looking for here, because we got NFP coming up and so forth today. I was looking for price to come and really like take all of these lows that was being created. All right. So we see like here how price was going up, right? But not breaking. Yeah, like not giving us the higher high push. So it was just here, but it's not also not giving us that lower low push either. All right. So the price just can't come in here, you know, still creating, you see, higher lows, right? But no higher highs, basically like being created from this perspective. Yeah. And here is like we got these relatively equal highs at this point. So I was looking for price to really start to push back down, break down, trade back into this area down here where we left in balance to then go higher. So this is really what I was looking for, you know right? And then we go up. That NFP, that's at about 230 today. All right. So we'll see what happens. All right. I'll see here now, based on where price is at, looking like we are getting the break, that we want to see. Okay. Looking like we get the break, that we want to see. So also let me just tell you why, or go further in that on why it's looking to take, why it actually tells themselves here. It tells themselves here, got like it's like about a 50 pip move down and price push back up. Right. But here, so basically, from this push here, I didn't get the break either up here. Okay. So, above these highs. So I was like, all right, cool. Price really, taking its time, market could push back down, grab some more liquidity, etc., and then go. Market pull back, right, into again a great area, right? Which would be down here. And then we started to push back up. But once again, we didn't break highs. You know what I mean? We didn't break any previous highs and so forth on the way back up. So it's like, all right, price, seems to be weakening. We could get a push back down and so forth. But yeah, that's not the case. Market is going, right? And we've got a clean area to trade into, which would be back up here. And then we could probably get, a price trade into this area, which is where we're looking at 4,500, and then sell down and all the fancy stuff, yeah, right, when NFP comes. So that's the outlook today, guys. Say, look out for price to come up within this area right here, right? Let's get more specific with it. All right, look around here. All right, let me extend this to your right. Extend. All right. Look for price to come up within that area, right? As we are right now. And then we start to see some reactions and so forth. All right. So that being said, guys, have a good one. Be blessed. Remember that gold is still very much bullish. Yeah, very much. So it's like up, pull back, pushing up, still. All right. So have a good one. Be blessed. Hope this video helps.